Have you ever heard the line before, self-trust is the first secret of success? I know it sounds like something you'd just nod at and forget. In fact, for years, it's exactly what was true for me. But here's what I want to talk through with you today, the reason that old line matters, and the reason it took me far too long to understand it. Most of us assume the doubt fades away once we finally, quote unquote, arrive. You get the promotion, you hit the number, you earn the seat. Then you wait for the unease to lift. But if you're like me, it never really lifted. It got louder the higher I climbed. And if that's your experience too, I want you to hear this clearly. The doubt you feel at the top is not a sign that you haven't done enough. It's the gap between how competent you look and how unsteady you feel inside. That gap doesn't close with just one more achievement. In fact, we tend to call this imposter syndrome, and we treat it like it's a confidence problem, something to fix with a better mindset or a firmer pep talk. I don't think that's what's actually happening. What's actually happening is self abandonment. To my mind, self abandonment is the habit of leaving your own needs and your own judgment behind so you can keep performing for everyone else. It looks like dedication from the outside. You keep delivering, you keep saying you're fine, you keep holding everything together. The whole time, that effort is quietly costing you the very self all of the success was supposed to serve. In fact, I lived that pattern for a long time. Accomplished on paper, running on fumes underneath. The thing I was best at, holding everything together, was the thing slowly wearing me down. Naming it was the beginning of the way out. So here's the reframe I want to leave you with. More success was never going to fix this. You cannot outperform a foundation problem. Every result you've built rests on one thing, your ability to rely on your own judgment. No title steadies a foundation that was never poured. That's why self trust comes first. It's the ground everything else stands on. The good news is that self trust isn't a trait you either have or you don't. It's a practice. You build it the same way you build the self abandonment, one deliberate choice at a time, but in the opposite direction. Inside the Self Trust Society, we walk through that rebuild through the self trust path. It's 9 levels that move from what I call arrival all the way to whole. Not all at once, not perfectly, just consistently. Picture it a year from now. You wake up without the heaviness, not because your life is suddenly perfect, but because you're no longer carrying what was never yours. Someone asks you how you're doing, and when you say you're good, you actually mean it. That's not a fantasy. That's what happens when you put self trust first, when it becomes a practice instead of a slogan. If this resonated, the Self Trust Society is where we go deeper. $5 a month. Link is in the show notes below.